CBS Radio brings you The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Ethel Bunce.
Well, come in. And to what do I owe the honor of being visited in my office, Mrs. Piper?
Well, brace yourself, dear, for some news.
News? Good, I hope.
Well, I shouldn't really say news. What I should have said was the most recent developments along the ham front.
The what?
Ham. The ham situation. I opened the mail this morning, and among the array of bills was one from the department store. Since I had to come downtown anyhow, Mrs. Carter's there cleaning, so I left Bobby with her. I decided to bring the bill along and let you see it. Here you are.
Let me see. Don't tell me they charged us with the ham they sent us by mistake last Saturday.
No. As far as I can decipher the bill, we are now charged for 5 14-pound hams.
5?
5
hams?
No, that's 5
What's the 5th ham? Where does that come in?
I don't know where the 5th one comes in. I don't know where anything comes in except one ham, which I ordered sent to the Kenyons and which we have already paid for.
We're charging us for 5 hams.
Well,
This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I can't make head nor tail of it. I really can't, so I'm dumping the whole situation in your lap. I was going to call the department store and try to get it straightened out finally, and I thought, well, you just, you never get anywhere over the telephone with these
Well,
people.
you see how far I got, even going to the store last Thursday and trying to straighten out the first 2 hams. Got it all settled, and they send the Kenyons a 3rd ham.
I know. Well, maybe we ought to just forget the whole thing, dear, and just,
Look, we can't forget it when I'm charged for them. And if I don't pay my bill, it affects my credit ratings.
Well, I wouldn't bother the way you did last week with credit managers and adjustment assistants and a dozen other people. I would go straight to the manager of the store. You always say, see the top man if you want action. You know how you always say that?
Yes, I guess so. I'll tell you what. I'll take you to lunch, and then you'd better come to the department store with me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sure. By this time, I'm not even sure I can remember all the ramifications of why we are now charged with 5 14-pound hams.
Well, I think I remember. I hope I do. I'll come along. Except I don't know what that 5th ham is at all.
Mr. Piper, Mrs. Piper, come in. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sorry to insist on seeing you, Mr. Blaney, but as I've always said to my wife, if you want to get matters straightened out, go straight to the top.
Of course.
Yes.
And I'm sure it isn't anything so serious we can't straighten it out very quickly. I'm one of these old-fashioned store owners who still believes the customer is always right.
Well, you see, we're charged with 5 14-pound hams, Mr. Blaney, only one of which I actually ordered, and that has been paid for. Now, you see, I ordered from your food department December 17th one of your special Blaney hams to be sent as a Christmas gift to some friends of ours.
Yes?
Well, she ordered it sent to their address here in town.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. George Kenyon. Well, right after I ordered it, that same day, December 17th, I ran into Ruth.
Yes, Mrs. Kenyon. That's Mrs. Kenyon.
Yeah, Mrs. Kenyon, Ruth. And she said they wouldn't be here for Christmas. They were going up to their place in Snowville. George was taking a winter vacation so he could do some skiing.
No, honey, there. Mr. Blaney doesn't care about that, dear.
I'm telling him why they went up there.
Well, he doesn't care why they went up there.
Well, anyhow, that's why they went up there. So I came back to the store here and changed the mailing address on the ham so it would be sent up to their place in Snowville, and they'd have the ham up there.
And the ham, I take it, was not sent?
Oh, no, it was sent up there, all right.
Yes,
it was sent.
Yes, but when they got back to town here, 3 weeks later, here was another ham that said Merry Christmas from the Pipers.
Oh.
However, I was not charged for that mistake, but
No.
I did feel the store ought to know about it so I wouldn't be charged in the future, you see.
Yes.
And last Thursday, I was in here to report it.
Oh, I presume that your friends...
The Kenyons.
The Kenyons returned the second ham, and that's why you were not charged.
Oh, no,
they didn't return it.
Oh,
No,
they ate it.
They ate it, yes.
Which is something I still can't figure out because, there's just the 2 of them, and I guess by the time they had finished, 14 pounds of ham. They were kind of sick of it.
Oh, I didn't tell you, dear. I found out why they didn't return it. Ruth's mother knew they were coming home from Snowville that day, so she went over to their apartment here, and she found the ham and thought it had been sitting around so long, not in a cool place, that they'd better eat it. So when George and Ruth got back here, or back there to their apartment, she had dinner ready. And I guess when George found out they were having ham again, he nearly exploded.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's 2 hams. Tell him about the third, dear.
Yes. Well, now, as I said, I came in here Thursday to let the store know there'd been a mistake, but I didn't feel I should be charged with the other ham in the future when the store discovered the mistake.
I see, yes.
Yeah, well, I thought I had the whole thing straightened out, and when I got home...
I met him at the door, and I said, I thought you were going to get those 2 hams straightened out. And he said, I did. Well, I said, Ruth Kenyon just called, and she said, are you two trying to be funny? A 14-pound ham just arrived, special delivery from the department store.
Now, that is the third ham, Mr.
Yes.
And with it was a letter from the store saying they were sorry. They had never sent the Kenyons their Christmas gift from the Pipers in time for Christmas. What with the Christmas rush and temporary help. Unfortunately, mistakes did happen and so forth and so on. Well, I called the store at this point.
No, honey, you called the store about the 4th ham.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which is the 4th ham?
That's the one that we got Monday.
What?
Mrs. Kenyon sent the 3rd ham back Friday, back to the store. Yes, back to the store, that's right. She called them and told them to pick it up, which they didn't do until Monday. It was on Monday, dear. When she both phoned the store here and also told the delivery man to credit it to our account.
Which apparently wasn't done anyhow, because here we are charged now with 5 hams, one of which has been paid for.
The 3rd ham?
No, the 1st ham. Well, I don't know whether it was the 1st or the 2nd. I suppose actually it was the 2nd ham that we paid for because that was the one that I ordered first.
Well, if you ordered it first, how could it be the 2nd ham?
I ordered it sent to the Kenyons' apartment address. That was the 1st ham. Then I changed the mailing address, and they apparently sent another ham up to Snowville, which was the 1st ham that they got. Now, when they got back home, that was the 2nd ham they got, but it was the 1st ham that I ordered. What are you staring at me?
I don't know what in Sam Hill you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? You know as well as I do that's what happened. Why do you look at me as I'm making it all up?
I know you're not making it all up, but I don't see why you have to make it any more confusing by calling the 1st ham the 2nd ham and the 2nd ham the 1st ham.
Because it is.
But it's...
I never wanted to give them a ham in the first place. If we'd given them steak knives, as I suggested,
No,
that's what I said,
steak knives. You always want to give everybody steak knives.
No, please. Perhaps Mrs. Piper's a little confused. No doubt the strain of the holidays has made her forget exactly what happened.
Mrs. Piper is no more confused than I am. I'll thank you for remembering the strain of coping with all these 14-pound hams that your store sends out helter-skelter is enough to unsettle anybody's mind. Every time my wife answers the doorbell, there's another guy delivering another ham.
First one I got was actually the 3rd ham. You see, when Mrs. Kenyon sent it back, the 3rd one she got, she wrote Piper on the outside of the package, meaning to charge it to my account. But the man delivered it to me. We figured out after calling her, that he just misunderstood. And
well, I must say I don't understand how that could happen at all, Mrs. Piper. It sounds most unlikely.
Unlikely? Well, let me tell you, Mr. Blaney, it happened. It happened. Tell him about the 4th ham.
Well, that arrived later, the same day. We'd already had so much trouble about the 3rd ham, which the driver refused to take back. He said I had to put a pickup order on it. After spending half the day on the phone with the store trying to get it straightened out. Now, this was Monday. Doorbell rang. It's about 5:30. Late afternoon. I went to the door.
No. Take it easy, honey. Take it easy. You want a drink of water?
No, I'm all right. The doorbell rang. I went to the door, opened it, and there stood another delivery man from Blaney's department store. And he smiled at me so cheerfully. I'll never forget that awful smile, and he said, a ham for Mrs. Piper.
Say that. No, darling.
Mrs. Piper, our delivery men are all trained to smile when delivering packages. I'm sorry.
Well, Mr. Blaney, you'll forgive us if we say we are a bit fed up.
Yes, of course. May I ask what the 5th ham is?
We don't know.
Unless it's the one that was meant when somebody from your store here called up Ruth Kenyon yesterday and said, Mrs. Kenyon, did you order one of our special 14-pound hams? Ruth said she didn't dare answer for fear she'd scream. Said she just hung up the receiver.
Yes. Now, if I have it straight, Mr. Piper, you have been charged for 5 hams, one of which is already paid for.
That is correct. Yes.
No, it isn't correct. The one we paid for was on last month's bill, but now apparently they have charged us again for it, so it's really 6 hams.
6?
Yes, 6.
Now there's a 6th ham.
Mr. Blaney, look, one of us better keep calm, because I want this thing settled today. Today. Well, I don't know where Mr. Blaney disappeared to, but I can't sit around here any longer. I've got to get back to the office.
But I don't want to spend the day here either, but we started all this. So I suppose one of us has to wait and get it settled.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Mrs. Piper. Mr. Piper.
Oh, well, that's all right.
That's all right, Mr. Blaney.
I checked with Mrs. Thaler in our food department, and I've got Higgins, our adjustment manager, going through the invoices. But I'm sorry to say that we probably never will know exactly how it all happened. What with the temporary help at Christmas time and now the confusion during inventory, I can only offer you my deepest apologies and assure you that it will never happen again.
Well, I just thought we ought to get it settled before it went any further.
Yes, of course. I want you to know that I'm crediting you with the ham you have already paid for. I feel that's the least I can do.
Oh, well, that's not necessary at all.
Not at all. That
Blaney.
was our Christmas gift to the Kenyons.
No, please, I insist. Also, it occurred to me that in all this mix-up, you did not actually receive one of our hams for your own use.
But we didn't order any for
Exactly.
us, Mr.
But have you tried one? They come from my own farms, and they're quite delicious if I do say so myself. So, I would like to make you a gift of one of our special Blaney sugar-cured hams. As a token of goodwill from Blaney's department store.
Oh,
well,
that's very good of you, sir, but really...
No, not at all. I feel obligated to prove to you that I live up to my motto, the customer is always right. Now, I'll put that order through right away. Miss Hemingway, please see that a gift of one of our largest hams is delivered.
Oh, I can't...
Don't look at me. Boy, wouldn't you think he'd realize we haven't got much appetite for a ham right now? Well, I suppose we shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, that's not what I'm really worried about. He's putting an order through for another ham to be sent to us, which will confuse the billing department even more. He credits us with one ham, sends another ham free. Next month, we're going to be in an argument as to why there was a 7th ham.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it, dear. Let's just face life as it comes, huh?
According to Pat Buttram, CBS Radio's resident Cracker Barrel philosopher, when a fellow wakes up to find himself a big success, chances are he hasn't been asleep. Be listening each weekday for more of Pat's Pearls, plus songs by Marian Morgan and the Halloran Quartet on Just Entertainment, right here at this CBS Radio address. The Couple Next Door stars Peg Lynch and Ethel and Bunce.